Okay, let's get started. Hi, I'm Bill and welcome to one more video. So I've made my decision about how I am going to approach the shoot on February 12th. It'll be the first model to come into the studio. The model will be 5 foot 5 inches tall, and I decided to go with a white backdrop. And so I just want to quickly show you a little bit about the lights that I'll be using. And it's going to be a rather short video, so I'm going to handhold here. But so here's the white backdrop. I am going to be using a 22-inch beauty dish. I'll have the model initially sitting on the stool. I have this small light modifier that I'll use one of my speed lights to just put a little light on the model to get, with the dish being up above the model, it's going to cast some downward shadow, and I just want to take a little bit of that off. I have a hair light here with a grid, and this has worked effectively for me before, just throwing a little bit of light on the hair. And then I got my brand new Flashpoint Evolve 200 Pro, and I have a 7-inch reflector. I have the diffuser on, and then I also will take this off, take the sock off. Well, easier said than done. And I have the bulb head on the Evolve 200 Pro. So this is basically going to be the setup. I have this strip box here. If this hair light is not working out for me, then I might move this strip box over to get some highlight on the hair over on this side here. But and then I am using Roscoe gels. These work very well, especially when you have like a 7-inch reflector where you can throw the gel over it. And I'll show you some of the pictures or a picture of what the white background looks like with the gel. And then, as you may be aware, where I place the model, thus the beauty dish and the kicker light, can also change the backdrop to kind of like a gray, a light gray. Again, it might not be even light, but because of the inverse square law, the light falls off. And so where you have the model relative to your backdrop can change what your backdrop looks like. I lit the backdrop with the Evolve 200 Pro, and then I touched it up in Capture One. I created a background layer, and then I just bumped up the exposure a little bit, added a little bit of white, and I cropped these images that I'll provide will be 1-inch square. So I kind of crop around the model, and then I wind up with a pretty even pure white 250, 250, 250 in that range there. And so that is going to work. This light here, I'm just using a speed light because just being a kicker, it doesn't really need much power. And so, you know, speed light works just fine. So anyway, I just wanted to, I'm like a kid, a little kid again, waiting for Christmas. It can't come soon enough. And so I'm looking forward to shooting again in the studio. If you're new to the channel, I shot for 4 years prior to COVID, but then when COVID hit, I kind of sold all my gear, which was kind of stupid to do. But I recently made a decision to get back into the studio, and this is effectively a 17-foot by 15-foot space, so you don't really need much space. And you know, if you're a Gavin Hoey fan, you know that he works in very small spaces as well, so you can do it. You know, you don't really need very much. So if you're interested in getting into studio lighting and those type of things, I say go for it. You need like one modifier, you need a speed light, you know, you need a backdrop, and maybe you don't even need a backdrop. Maybe you have a wall in your home that will work for you. So don't hesitate. So, all right, well, that's about it. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And between now and the 12th, Laurie will be in this studio configuration, this lighting design. We'll be proving out and testing, refining everything. I already know what ratios I'm going to use. I'm going to use f8 because of the ambient light during the day in the room. And then so my beauty dish will be around f8, and then my kicker light maybe f4, maybe a little lower. So I'll fine tune that. And then I'm going to use different colored gels based upon her skin tone. I know she has black hair, so we're going to play around a little bit with that. I also purchased a posing table that's adjustable between 28 and 48 inches. So I want to do some shots of the model leaning on the table and those type of things. It's got a black top, but I'm going to use some of my Savage Pure White background paper, and I'll cut a piece to fit that tabletop. So that'll be something new that I've not done before. So I'm interested to see what that looks like. I think it's going to add a little bit more dimension to the headshots that I can produce. So we'll see how that goes. So, all right. Well, that's about it. Thanks for dropping into the channel. If you like this kind of content and want to see more, subscribe. Drop me a comment if you have any questions. Again, this is not a tutorial type channel. It's really just me documenting my journey getting back into studio photography. And if you learn something from it, though, in the process, great. But there's so many great photographers out there on YouTube now. Gavin Hoey, Mark Wallace, Peter Collison, who's a favorite of mine. Adorama has a series. Lindsay, Alder. There's just so much information available that if you want to get into studio lighting, there's a wealth of knowledge out there that you used to have to pay for and go to a class and those type of things. So, all right, well, I really did want to keep this one short, so thanks again for dropping into the channel. Until next time.